Hello. As compared to the original CamRanger, the CamRanger 2 is faster, has longer range, new software features, and supports Sony and Fujifilm cameras in addition to Canon and Nikon. Those are some of the larger differences. In this video, we're going to explore those differences as well as some of the more minor ones. Let's start by first looking at the speed. In this demo, we're using a Nikon D500 shooting RAW only and using the CamRanger 2 to transfer and display images on this iPad. Now we're using the CamRanger 2's new Quick RAW feature that very quickly sends a compressed version of the RAW image for display. And we can see how quick that is. Under 1 second to display. And that's still full resolution. Now there may be times where you don't want to use Quick RAW and you may want the full RAW image. We can still do that, and much quicker than with the original CamRanger. Go ahead and turn off Quick RAW. Now when we select the image, it downloads the full RAW image. So it definitely takes longer, but is still pretty quick at about 3.5 seconds, and definitely much faster than with the original CamRanger. You can see videos demonstrating the image transfer time for each different camera manufacturer on our YouTube channel. Next, let's go ahead and dive into some of the hardware differences. The original CamRanger has a single 2.4 GHz 802.11n Wi-Fi network. The CamRanger 2 is dual band Wi-Fi, both 2.4 802.11n and 5 GHz 802.11 AC. The 5 GHz Wi-Fi network in the CamRanger 2 has transfer speeds about 5 times as fast as the original and is much more robust against interference and disconnects. And the 2.4 GHz network on the CamRanger 2 is still about twice as fast as the original. And with external antennas, the CamRanger 2's range is twice as far, about 500 feet. The CamRanger 2 has a standard 1/4 20 screw mount, allowing for a number of mounting options, including mounting to the hot shoe, an L bracket, or tripod clamp. It does still come with a pouch that can be used to hang like the original CamRanger. The SD card in the CamRanger 2 also allows for new workflows, such as automatically backing up images, saving selects, and advanced barcode workflows. Now we'll go through the new redesigned software. As I said, we're using an iPad, but in addition to iOS, the CamRanger 2 still supports Android, macOS, and Windows. We've also updated the app to better support different screen sizes and orientations. You'll first know that the CamRanger 2 app has a new connection screen. It allows some new options like viewing cached images, ratings, or adjusting the settings without being connected to the CamRanger. But we'll go ahead and connect. I'll also point out that there's no registration necessary like in the original app. I'll go ahead and select to load the session to load some previous shots we've viewed. Starting at the top of the screen, you'll note there's a battery indicator for the CamRanger itself. Obviously, this is very useful, particularly for scenarios where the camera may be difficult to access. This new button is for camera presets. You can save the current settings, or you can apply previous settings you've saved before. It's great for when you have a few setups you use frequently and want to switch between them. This feature is currently only available in iOS and Android. Next to the presets button is the new barcode button, which we will cover in depth later. Continuing down, the thumbnails in the CamRanger 2 app now have the image names listed, and Nikon portrait thumbnails are oriented properly. Moving to the image display, users can now pinch zoom in addition to double tapping, and the image display goes up to 200% instead of being capped at 100%, and the zoom percentage is displayed at the top right. Image editing and cropping has also been added to the iOS app, which is great for quick edits to show a client or before posting to social media. The image rating system is similar to the original, but with the added bonus that when shooting Canon, the rating is updated on the image within the camera's memory card, as well as being stored locally. Marking selects can also be done by copying the image to the CamRanger's memory card. The live view display also has a number of updates. When zoomed in, the photographer can now make slight adjustments to the positioning and zoom in to 200%. You can also turn on an electronic level overlay and turn on auto rotation that will rotate the live view image as the camera is rotated. We've also made improvements with the camera properties. In auto exposure modes, the CamRanger will display the camera's calculated values. For example, the camera is in P mode, and as I move my hand in front of the lens, you can see the shutter speed and aperture change, and then change back. Similarly, in manual mode, the meter will update in real time to show the camera's exposure meter, as you can see when I change the aperture. We've added Auto ISO to Nikon, something that's been available already with the original for Canon. Additionally, when set to Kelvin or temperature white balance, you can actually set the temperature value. The HDR process has also been sped up so that images are captured more quickly. We've also added the capability to save and restore sequences, as well as a button to set the HDR value to the camera's current exposure value. Focus stacking has undergone major changes. For Canon, Fujifilm, and Nikon cameras, the user can set the near and far focus positions for their desired stack. The CamRanger will then completely automate the image capture process. For details on these, please see our videos on focus stacking. We have one for each camera manufacturer, and are happy to still have traditional focus stacking available for Sony. In addition to being useful for focus stacking, these two focus positions can also be used to adjust the focus back and forth between two set positions. The CamRanger 2's faster speed also makes video download practical in many cases. The card content screen was also updated so images load smoothly and in the background. You can also view images from the camera's SD card or the CamRanger SD card. That can make for some interesting workflows where the photographer can save selects and only selects to the CamRanger's SD card. Another improvement, within the Overlays section, the image overlay now has the option to adjust the transparency right within the app. There are also advanced settings for the CamRanger SD card, accessed within the Image Transfer section. You can specify a file name prefix for all images saved to the CamRanger SD card. You can also select to automatically save all images. You can also turn on the barcode button, which is great for volume workflows. This adds a button up top that allows an image prefix to be entered right in here, which can be done with a barcode scanner, making for a much smoother and more efficient workflow. Another useful feature is the ability to view cached images, or images that were recently viewed. Without being connected, from the initial connection screen, you can quickly show a few images from a recent shoot. The images on the CamRanger SD card can also be accessed from outside of the CamRanger app. The first way is within a web browser. After connecting to the CamRanger network, navigate to the CamRanger's IP address and click SD Card Gallery. You can then view the contents of the SD card and optionally download images. You can also access images as a Samba share. It's a little advanced, but creates options for more advanced workflows as you can access images directly from a regular file system. The new web GUI for the CamRanger 2 enables more network customization and can be done more easily. These are mostly for advanced users, but a large number of network settings can be changed. Wi-Fi settings can also be adjusted, including joining the CamRanger into an existing Wi-Fi network. You can also configure some automation that doesn't require the CamRanger app. Specifically, you can have all images transfer via FTP, copy to the CamRanger SD card, or print on a DNP printer without the CamRanger app. Hopefully that video was helpful in explaining some of the improvements with the CamRanger 2 for those that are familiar with the original CamRanger. I'd also like to point out that while we do continue to support the original CamRanger with troubleshooting and addressing any major problems that may come up, we've only continued adding new cameras for the CamRanger 2. So any new and upcoming cameras will only be added for the CamRanger 2 and, when applicable, the CamRanger Mini. Thanks again. Bye.